The Ruins. It's a 2008 movie. It's your typical tourists go out to a destination and find themselves in a bad situation. So one of the guys in this bunch, his brother's doing some research on a pyramid out in the middle of nowhere. So they get a ride out there. They find his truck, and they're like, "Okay, let's go." They see some locals, and they're trekking through the jungle. No one lives here because there's no roads or anything. But they find the pyramid. They're taking some pictures. Some locals see them. The locals are kind of pissed. The girl who's taking the photos, she steps on the vines, and so now the locals are like trying to kill him. And so they climb up to the top of the pyramid, and now they're kind of surrounded by all the locals. So now at this point, they're just trying to figure out how are we going to get out of here. And so they hear a cell phone ringing at the bottom, and one of them goes down to help or to see what it is, and he like breaks his legs. And they send another one down there. She falls, hurts herself. So now they got to bring up two people, and so a girl and a guy go down to talk to the locals, and she throws some vine at one of the kids. They kill the kid. Now they know that the locals ate the vines, and so they figure out how to bring up the friend. The friends who are down there, one of them's got his back broken, the other one's just injured, and they know the locals aren't letting them out. So now they spend the night. The next morning, they realize that the vines are starting to grow on them and grow inside of them. And so the two hurt people, since they took some damage and they had open wounds, they get more damage than the others. Still thinking there's a phone down there, they realize that the vines actually imitate sounds and they can move and they want to eat them. And so now they're trying to escape. They're like, okay, yeah, these vines are evil. That explains why the locals are acting crazy. And what are we going to do? Still thinking that they need to get out of there, even though they got like an infection that obviously can spread. And that's why the locals don't want them to leave. At this point, they just have to stay there or cause more damage than not. But of course, when it's your life on the line, you don't care and you just want to get out of there. So that's what they're doing. Now the locals are, just heavy guarded. They're low on energy. They're dying, pulling the weeds out of their skin, and they're losing their minds basically. So at this point is where things kind of turn for the worse for everybody. One of them's kind of starting to cut herself, kills the other guy, and then the vines are just taking the bodies away. So the last two, they're like, we got to do something. So this guy's like, I'm gonna take one for the team, while the girl takes off for the Jeep. She actually gets to the Jeep and gets away, and end the story.